What's up, Beer League hockey fans and fellow dumpers? Welcome to another Dump and Skate podcast. I'm the podcast scheduler, broken and decrepit bender, ball buster, Jeremy. Too bad I'm not that attractive, or else I could be Rossi's side piece Abdu. With me, as always, is the man that makes this podcast possible, the only producer, the guy with the face for podcasting, and a body that takes 9 months to heal from any activity. Jeremy, I can't figure out why my resting heart rate is 125 beats a minute with this caffeine pouch in my mouth, Holland.
Yeah, that's good. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all shapes, sizes, and flavors? Welcome in to another exciting episode of your favorite podcast, the Dumb Escape Podcast. That's right. I did play an entire hockey game with a caffeine pouch in my mouth like a moron and couldn't figure out why my heart rate wouldn't drop below like 160 the entire game. I think it peaked at like 210 or something. It was out of this world. I was like, man, I'm really working hard. And then I came up to you after the game and was
Like
like,
a half
hang
an
on.
hour after the
I was
game.
like, hang on, let me pull this out of my mouth. You're like, what was that? Oh, the caffeine chew. Oh, never mind. I know why the
And
heart
it just
rate's up.
dropped. It just dropped to like 20 beats a minute.
Oh my gosh, that was so dumb. So, oh man, what a dumb move on my part. Oh
I can't
yeah,
wait till we do our solo podcast and just talk about my
stupid things I
experience with
did.
Nashville. Oh yeah, it was just
Yeah, you got a lot of
there's
them.
so much. There's so much to talk about still. Like we're gonna have Zach on, we're gonna have Corey on, Grant and Packard. I mean, just that weekend will live on forever. So,
Yeah, Grant will be a good podcast.
yeah, I already know what my background is gonna be. My background for
I
Grant is
don't
gonna
want to
be.
know. I
Oh,
told you
you
there was. Did I tell you Grant's doppelganger was down here on the beach with us?
no? Why didn't you take a
Oh,
picture?
the very first, because that's weird. I don't take pictures of girls or guys walking down the beach. The very first day, Sarah was like, "Grant's not on vacation with us, is he?" And I had laughed. I said, "No," but I know exactly who you're talking about. I mean, the guy looked just like him, just a little bit younger. So, and
Were
he
there
had a
hockey
big
pucks
cross.
involved?
No, but he had a big no, but he had a big cross under his arm, and I was like, "That's a weird place to put that, like right in the armpit. That seems like an odd place to put the tattoo." Like, hmm. So, just an interesting spot. So, anyways, well, we got a special guest today that has nothing to do with Nashville. It has everything to do with another state, and she's going to have some really good stories, we hope. And if not, we're going to roast Abdu for it.
Oh
So,
yeah,
no
don't let me
pressure,
down.
but no pressure. Abdu, let's get the intro, buddy.
All right, this is a long one. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our very first solo female guest on the podcast. She was assistant coach for the Napier Warriors and their high school program, the Sabres U14 program, and fan development head coach for our beloved Blackhawks. She and I go way back to the days at BNR Sports. She was there when the Dabdo was first created. She is more than a talented, she's one of the most talented hockey female players I've had the honor to play with. Also a workout partner, a turkey trot 5K runner with me, a
Oh,
beloved Blackhawks fan. Someone I talk to weekly about Below Deck, the MTV Challenge, and hockey. Former Blackhawks Ice Crew member, Kelly. I'm 17 years younger than Abdu, and I'm more mature than he will ever be, Seymour.
thanks for having me, guys. What an intro. Jeez.
Really quick. Oh,
That
you know
was
what? I
that
can
was
go on and on.
that's one of the nicest intros
It
you've
really
ever
is.
given. He
All right,
really
I
likes
feel
you, Kelly.
I feel honored. Thank you for not being any more mean. I'm sure you have some pretty interesting intros for some of your
I'll
buddies.
send you some if you would just listen to our podcast once in a while. But I have a quick question.
Just listen to the
What's
first
up?
30 seconds.
What's your thoughts on locker room music?
Locker room music. I'm pro locker room music.
You are.
I,
Um,
I'm a big locker room person. I have some other girlfriends here that we play on some men's league teams together, and she's like one of those people that shows up with 5 minutes to get dressed. I can't stand that. I'm very much like 15, 20 minutes. If it's a team that's drinking before, I'm definitely having a beer. But yeah, I'm cool with music. I think music helps team morale, you know.
are there any songs that like, oh, this song just sucks? It's
This song
this
just
yeah, do
sucks.
you like I have a song
That
I
I
can't
hate.
remember. Yeah, I'm gonna
I
hate
hate
it.
it. It's
It's
What
not a locker room
what
song.
song is it?
you know what? I can't remember. It's by Calvin Harris, I think, or
Oh, like
uh
slower? Well,
no,
so
it's
it's
not slower. It's like an Ellie
It
Goulding,
it
Calvin
is it
Harris.
is kind of slow.
Um
interesting.
it
One of
I'll send
the
it to you.
Okay. One of the men's league teams that I'm on out here, it's down south from Denver and Littleton, is a lot of like kind of older gentlemen. So some of the music they pick, I mean, I know it, but it's like I don't know if I would listen to it before hockey.
Okay. Do you have a go-to song, like one that just hits?
Oh,
Because right now, my song that hits after Nashville is "Born This Way" by Lady Gaga. I can listen to that on repeat.
Lady
Lady
Gaga.
Gaga.
You can't. What?
interesting. Nashville turned you into a Lady Gaga fan?
Uh, not.
Pete turned Abdu into a Lady Gaga fan. That's what happened.
I
That's
don't have a specific song in mind. I kind of just throw on like a current playlist and roll with
Mm,
that. But
what
um,
genre of music are you listening to?
I listen to this is such a cliche answer, but I listen to everything. I just went to like an EDM concert, but then I went to Noah Khan, which is like I guess you could say pop rock or pop. Um, I listen to literally everything.
mm. Uh,
Country, rap.
We don't get a lot of
Cosby
country.
Sweater is a good one.
We
That
don't
song that you're obsessed with.
I am. Yeah.
we don't get a lot of country music in our locker room, believe it or not, even
No,
Oh
living
I
in
no.
mean,
South
and
Georgia.
I don't think we listen. I don't listen to country a lot when it comes to like locker room stuff. It's not. I didn't start listening to country till I went to college in Minnesota. It was not
Mm,
something we
Hmm.
listened to in our household very often. So
no, not a
you're not a
not
fan
a.
either.
You. There's only one country song in all of my playlists, and that's
The boots with the fur.
no, uh, sh- sh- Kelly, don't laugh. Don't
I'm
laugh.
sorry. It was
Uh,
funny.
it was not. It's shave a horse, ride a cowboy.
Is shave a horse or save a
Yeah,
horse?
it's a shave a horse.
Shave a
That's
horse.
a different remix. I don't know about that one.
Abdu's probably got a lot of weird remixes we don't want to ask about.
Yeah, you leave
Oh
that to
man.
listen to with your headphones in. You don't need to put that in the locker room.
What's that one my kids always sing?
Is
Oh,
it newer?
yeah, it's that one. It's the country rap thingy.
Pour
That
me up
two
a double
step.
shot of whiskey. That
No, not that one. It's newer but older. I mean, it's several years old now. Um, so
Oh, is
going
it?
to the two step, it's that one.
oh,
God, what
that's
is it?
also
What
like
there's a
two step and boogie or whatever. There's a whole
I don't know
dance
what
to
it.
it.
Yeah, there you. Yeah. My
Dip,
kids sing
there's
it all the
whistling. I
time.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, my kids sing it all the time.
The song that Holland doesn't like is called "Outside" by Calvin Harris and Ella Goulding. I would play it, but I think we would get flagged. Would we get flagged?
Oh, for like you
Here,
don't
I'll
own the
just play a
right.
Borrowing
little bit. I'll
people's
put a little bit
stuff.
of.
Yeah, it's so good.
You don't like this song, huh? I know exactly what
This
this
is
is.
You like it?
weird vibes for a locker room. Yeah, we got it. We got it. We get the gist of it.
See, Holland doesn't
It's
want to hear
just
anymore.
I
it's
hate this
just
song. Turn it off.
it's just weird vibes for a locker room. It's just really, really weird
Well,
vibes.
and it's interesting too, like based on whose phone's plugged in, you're like, okay, I know who's playing music today.
It's
I'm the
always
DJ guy.
Abdu's. It's always Abdu's phone.
Oh, you're the DJ?
Yeah.
Well, look, Kelly, you've seen me play hockey, and I've said this throughout the podcasts. There's two important positions on a team: the goalie and the team DJ, and I can't do crap on the ice,
Uh-huh.
so I
Like, all
just
right,
bring the
team
music.
DJ it is.
Yeah, I just
Locker room
so
vibe guy. Locker room
yeah,
vibe guy.
Do you bring in like you have like a JBL speaker? You have one of those
I
like
do.
Bose speakers?
It is a
The little
JBL,
pill thing, yeah.
the little mini speaker.
Yeah, yeah,
Has
yeah.
it sounds really good. And
Those Canadian guys loved it when we were playing Born This Way and
it's raining men.
I'm Every Woman.
Wait,
Yeah,
are
It's
you
Raining
bringing it
Men.
onto the bench or you're just using it?
No. They were across the hall from us
Oh,
in the
okay, so
locker
they could
room.
hear it. I was like,
Oh
what?
yeah,
Yeah, they were
intentionally so. We had multiple doors open so they could hear it all.
There you
It
go.
was a lot of
and
fun.
we tried to
That
play
was
the
that,
most
Welcome to the
the
USA.
most intimidating music that we can come up with. So it's raining men
we
and
were
Born
trying
This
to
Way.
get we were trying to drive the estrogen level up in their room if we could at all.
There
So
you go. There you go.
So that you just asked another good question. Are we bringing it onto the bench? What do you do? Have you ever played against people that bring the speaker onto the bench? Holland and I think that's really weird.
No,
very.
I've definitely there's some drop-in skates that like a friend of mine rents ice, and so it's like all people you know. You're playing
That's
against
different.
people you know, way different, right? And you like
Yes.
plug your phone into the
Yeah,
speakers in the rink. But no,
right.
I've never. Now that like I've never seen someone bring. That'd
There's
be
a
a great
couple
story. It'd be very weird.
Right.
I
There's
don't.
a couple.
It's a pair of brothers in our league that so we actually have. They do it in ice. There's a guy from where is Byron from? Did he say he was from Connecticut?
Yeah, Connecticut.
He's from Connecticut, but he doesn't play in our ice league because of he's got scheduling conflicts. But he plays in the roller league here, and
Oh,
he does the same thing. Like he brings out like a big speaker and like a big one, not like the little JBL thing you can throw in your bag.
like
Like
a
it has its
big
own
ass
bag.
box or whatever.
Yeah, not quite. Well, the Robertson boys, theirs is like huge, but anyways, they bring it out and they set it on the rink or on the boards or whatever, and like play it during warm-ups and stuff, and have like all these like very cliche hype songs like the "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" stuff, and I was like, this is weird. And so,
Do they not
but then
have someone playing music? Is that why they do it?
there's nobody that plays so at our arena we don't have music playing pre-game,
Mhm.
so there's no. Well, there has been before, but it's like the public skate left and they just left the music playing on a like
Oh, okay.
quiet loop,
Yeah.
and so no. So these guys bring it to the bench, like pump the jams during the warm up, which I think is a little goofy
Think
for a
it's
men's
so
beer
weird.
league. If it's the arena playing some music before, that's fine, but like team captain's like, yo, I'm bringing the jams today. And so, but what was even crazier was during a playoff game this past season, Abdu and I were sitting next to each other and we heard music playing. It was their speaker going on their bench while they were playing a game. Somebody
What?
finally reached over and like kicked it and shut it off. It
Yeah,
was so
that's
weird.
weird. I
Right.
don't know
Yeah.
if it's like a roller thing, but I've never seen that in ice hockey where someone has just like a speaker on their bench playing
It's
music. I would be like,
weird. It's
let's turn that off, please. Like, I don't get that. That's weird. That is weird.
100%. See,
I'm a
Kelly, you
nice
get it.
I'm a nice person, and that was a lot nicer than what I would do if they were playing it on the bench while we were trying to play. I would probably chuck the speaker over the glass.
Yeah, well, also think about like if it's super competitive or if it's like a blowout game, I don't care. Do whatever you want. If I'm like we're killing your team, go ahead. You want to play
Yeah.
music, do whatever you want. But like I think specifically if we were the ones losing or getting our asses kicked, I would be like, yeah, we gotta turn that off. I would not be happy.
Yeah. Amen.
So, did you? I'm trying to think back to the intro. Did you do workout and diet stuff with Abdu too, or no?
Very brief workouts at the Crunch Fitness in Aurora, but no, I didn't have like Jeremy as like an actual coach, but because he's a good friend, he would. If you were like coaching at Crunch at one point, and when I was a member, you're like, I
Yeah.
have time in between, I can do 30
Yep.
minutes.
And then we
Did he
still do.
ever? Did he ever give you like words of encouragement, like while you were working out, or like slightly, just like gently rib you while you were working out?
I'm sure anything you ever did say was probably too inappropriate to say on the podcast.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily. So
No.
yesterday, so I'm on vacation. He knows where it's going now. So yesterday, my 15-year-old son. So I got 5 kids total. I got an 18, 2 15s, a 10 and a 9. So my 15-year-old son plays soccer, and Abdu and I had talked. He was like, "Hey, there's got to be gyms down there. See if you can get into a gym while you're on vacation. Go work out and stuff like that." So we went over to a gym yesterday. Got signed in for a week membership, and put him on FaceTime so he was watching what we were doing because we were trying to do some different things and it was a little bit crowded. And my son and I both had my wireless earbuds in. And so Abdu was talking to both of us and telling my son, do this, don't do this. And so we get to a point where he was asking us to do snatches. And so there's a video that we had seen where this guy was basically saying blast more gear, like take more juice and stuff.
Testosterone. Yeah.
T, right. And so it's been a running joke where Abdu and I have just talked about blast whatever, like blast more music, blast more gear, all this. And so in the middle of this, he's encouraging my kid and he's like, "Hey, hurry up. Come on, Cam, you got to move." He was like, "Just blast snatches, buddy, blast snatches." And I said, "Abdu, what are you doing?" And he was like, never mind, don't do that. I didn't mean that." And
That's
so
enough.
it totally interrupts my workout. And he's like, "Holland, be serious. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And my kid just turns and looks at me and I'm like, "You have no idea what he was
Yeah.
saying, do you?"
Yeah,
Nope,
no
you
clue
don't.
over
So
your head. I'm trying to think of the last time I work out at like a 24-hour fitness here. We FaceTimed a while ago. Were you
Yeah.
saying anything?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
probably
say anything
not slow
appropriate
enough.
to you.
I was probably
Because-
not quick enough for you, and you're probably
It's
like,
just
hurry
this-
up.
I
Because
don't say anything.
you always have the timer.
Yeah, I don't say anything inappropriate too, because she has her headphones on. No one else can experience the love and the creativity of my ball busting. It's just hers. It's no one else can hear it.
Yeah,
But
it's just me with the AirPods in, so it's not as funny.
at Crunch, there was really no goofing around. I was pretty. Mark this down, everybody that's listening. I was very professional when I was training Kelly Seymour. was I not?
You were professional. I don't know if your other clients would say the same. You had a lot
No,
of.
There
they
you
would
go. That a
not.
girl.
Oh, yeah.
That is the answer that we
I
knew
think
should
you
have
knew
come out.
better to not be professional when I
All
was.
right, Kelly, it's been great having you on the podcast. Goodbye. No, Kelly, honestly, Kelly will be one to speak her mind, and sometimes it can be intimidating. Like if you piss her off, she will let you know. And that's one thing I admire about her a lot, on and off the ice. Like
I was gonna say, are we being specific to being on the ice?
no, on and off the ice. Like if something's bothering you, she'll let you know. And
I
she's a
think
good person to talk to if you have something bothering you.
We'll give
She'll
out
either
her
talk
phone
you up or
number.
talk you down.
We'll give out her phone number at the end of the
oh
podcast.
Yeah,
no,
for therapy sessions.
all these
Therapy
random
sessions.
people. I'm the
It's
team
just
therapist
it's
now.
just gonna flash across the screen. Give our friend Kelly a call if you're
Yeah,
feeling blue.
I mean, I've always been competitive. I've playing hockey since I was 5 years old, I want to say.
Mm.
Uh, my dad played, my brother played. My brother and I are 2 years, almost 2.5 years apart. So whatever he was doing, I wanted to do. I was constantly at the rink, and that has just kind of transformed over or transferred into my daily life as well. Just
Now, did your sister play? Hello, Jordan Atkins.
yeah. Oh my God, weird throw
So
out.
Jordan Atkins, I told
He
you he
actually
moved.
plays here.
He
Oh
plays
yeah,
on
you did
Holland's
say
team.
that.
He plays on Holland's team.
Jordan and I
Yeah.
played roller together, and we're relatively close because I help run the leagues, and obviously he works really
Okay.
close with the Ghost Pirates.
I don't know
So
him very well because he went to the other, like a different high school in a different district.
yeah,
But whatever, was in cahoots with my sister at some point in time. She is 4 years younger
cahoots,
than
cahoots,
myself.
cahoots with my
cahoots.
sister.
Hey, she has a
There's a
lovely
lot of
boyfriend now. I'm not trying to dog my sister.
there's a
So
lot of eye rolling going on that top screen at the moment.
I don't know him personally. I think I
He
knew
doesn't
him.
listen to the podcast, so you can go after
I,
him for all I
I'm not.
care.
I don't know him, to be honest. I just
See,
know
this is
what
Kelly just
Jeremy
being nice.
a few stories from maybe my sister, but she
We'll get your
didn't
sister
start.
on the podcast next.
Yeah, let's get Colleen in there. She didn't start playing till much later. I think she was 13 when she finally expressed interest, which was really weird because she, like myself, was at the rink constantly. So she didn't start till probably junior high, um, and then she just joined the high school program that plays out of all seasons. So she joined much later. But my brother and I still play. My brother's out here in Denver. He plays, excuse me, on a men's league team at a little bit of a higher level than I skate at, but yeah, she doesn't play. She got rid of her gear. I don't even know if she has skates anymore. To be honest. So,
So
yeah.
what's the
Are you?
highest level you played? I don't remember if Abdu said that. What was the highest level you played?
So I went all the way through college. I was at St. Mary's University. It's in Winona, Minnesota, and that's NCAA Division III.
Yep. Okay.
I played all the way through junior year. I think I had 2 games left and ended up quitting. Unfortunately, I loved the school. Hockey didn't go as well as I would have enjoyed or planned. But not many people can say they played a college
Yeah.
sport, so I'll take that. But I ended up quitting, and then senior year was part of. There's a men's club team there. I'm not even sure if it's around anymore. It might have folded. But I had a bunch of buddies on that team, so I was able to like be their manager, skate whenever I wanted to. Sometimes travel with them. It wasn't as easy because it was a funded program. Like
Yep.
I wasn't going to pay for a hotel room, so I didn't go on a lot of travel with them. But then anything at the rink, I was like the announcer, whatever the hell they needed in the locker room. I did basically anything they asked me to, just to stay at the rink because it was on campus, which was nice. And then, yeah, I graduated in 2015 and have kind of been playing men's league on and off. So yeah, the highest level of men's league.
Why are
I
you
think.
laughing, Holland? Are you laughing at me?
No, she graduated in 2015.
Yeah, she's
I'm
so
doing the
young.
math backwards
I
there.
just turned 31.
That's
I
it.
don't
No,
feel
no,
young,
I math.
but thank
I
you.
math. Wait, just give it a minute. Give it a minute.
17 years younger than me and more mature than I'll ever
Oh
be.
man. That's
Jeremy,
sweet.
how old were you when we met? I don't even was BNR days, so that would have been, I guess, 2015. That's when I started working there.
Yeah, how old were you in 2015? Like 18?
21. I was
Okay,
21.
is that Guys, that's about 10 years ago. That's 9 years
Yeah,
ago.
I
So
was
Yeah.
21.
All right. Well, then I was
Abdu would have
30.
been in his late 30s.
Yeah, I was 37, 38. Probably knew
Yeah.
you a little bit before then just because I constantly came in.
Yeah.
Were you there during the Fox Valley B&R days, or was Fox Valley not around?
Fox Valley was there, but shortly after it closed.
Yeah, I
I
was
didn't
there.
work there very often. That was like Hobbs's store, wasn't it? Or
Yep.
Leon? I don't remember.
Yeah, I would work there every Friday, and then B&R every. Maybe I worked at B&R Naperville every Friday, and then every Tuesday at the Fox Valley
They
one.
only have the one location in Illinois, correct?
Yeah, at
Marola's store,
at
and yeah,
Morilla store at.
in
Hey,
Naperville.
when you text him, tell him he needs to be on the podcast. First of all, tell him he needs to text like
He would be
half of the.
he would be a great guest. I mean, you guys already use him for a lot of your stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah, but here's the thing: for him to be on the podcast, one, he'd have to text or call us back. Um, two, he'd have to text or email or call us back. Three, he would have to text or email
Well, I
or
don't
call us
think you
back.
should talk negatively about a guest that
Oh
you
no!
join. Just saying. He must like me because he answers my text and my
Well,
call.
that's why I just said you have to tell him. You have to tell him.
All right.
You can be in charge of you can be in charge of our TikTok and getting
Getting
hold of
rolled
people.
into-
Yeah.
All right. I'll work on that for you.
Oh,
Oh my
we'll give.
gosh.
We have zero money in our account, so we can just. Do you take IOUs?
Great.
personal
Yeah.
or business accounts are a little bit low right now, Seymour. Sorry, it's not good.
Uh,
Oh man. So a big part of what we do is talk about some specific nonsense that goes on in beer leagues. And I think it was you that called Abdu when we were just heading out
yeah.
last Monday, leaving Nashville, and you had told him about some nonsense that happened on the rink.
Yeah.
I want to hear about this.
Yeah. So I'll give a little bit of backstory here. When I moved to Denver it'll be 2 years in a couple days actually. I had a girlfriend from the Naperville area from high school that lived out here, and she was like, "Oh, I'm already on a men's league team. Like, I'll add you to the roster." It was a sub for a really long time because I didn't know if I really wanted to commit. Whatever. I joined the team full time last year. Did the fall winter session, and it did not go well. We had a crazy goalie who's like an ex-cop, I can't remember if he's a Marine or Army, just was over the top competitive, like quit halfway through. So this team's gone through a lot of just nonsense, and they're like, okay, we're putting together a spring session. Do you want to play? My girlfriend didn't join. I was like, I'll sub, like as much ice time as I can get, but I don't want to join full time. So I played with them once previous to this game, and then the game I called Jeremy about. I think it might have been like a 6-2 game final. The team I'm on winning, mind you, moved down a level, so this is not high competitive hockey. This is not me tuning my own horn. I'm like one of the best people out there. So this guy was not happy that I was playing. And probably one of the weirdest comments I've ever gotten. And I'm lining up, I'm playing wing, and the centerman on the other team goes, "You look like you could use a hug. I'm gonna hug you." I was just like, I didn't know how to take it because it wasn't like he didn't swear at me. He didn't call me like, I mean, I'm a girl playing. I've heard it all. And I was just taken back by it. And I just quickly said like, oh, I don't like hugs. No, thank you. Drops the puck. Whatever. We're in our defensive zone, going through the neutral zone. I get the puck. I'm skating into the offensive zone. And this guy follows me the entire way and just lights me up. Takes the feet out from under me, body checks. I mean, I'm 5'5", not that big on skates. This dude was twice the size of me. And so I stand up immediately and like I got super heated. I started cussing immediately. I like two-handed him in his shins, and he just basically was just like, "I told you I was going to give you a hug." I'm like, I'm so confused. Like, are you just mad at me because I'm better than you? Are you mad because I'm a girl and I have a ponytail? Like, so odd. I've never had someone like just blatantly tell me they're going to come and check me and then go and do it. It's one thing when like I have the puck and they just do it without telling me, like whatever. Like in the moment, it was very odd. I got very heated. My 2-minute penalty turned into a 4-minute because we were cussing all the way to the box. Ended up having to put someone in the bench with me to serve the other 2-minute. It was just a shit show. They're constantly yelling at me at the box. about like how long they've played hockey. I'm like, I don't know how that's a good chirp. I've probably played hockey, but
So
whatever.
this is the other team yelling this at you?
Yeah, I'm getting like cussed at. There's this poor girl. She was probably like 18 running the box, is sitting in between listening to all of this too. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is why I didn't want to play this summer. Like, they either take it way too seriously, like they're trying to win the Stanley Cup, but I'm like, I could have got hurt. Like, I know that's a risk playing men's league. It's a risk playing women's too, whatever. But I'm like, why did you have to do that? That was so unnecessary. Ended up
So
having, go ahead, sorry.
what was your team's reaction to that?
Yeah, so it's funny because when I was telling Jeremy about it, no one really like stood up for me. I think
That's
they either,
pisses
well,
me
here's the thing,
off.
because typically they would, and normally they would have my back 100%, but I think they just knew that like I was standing my own ground there. I
Doesn't
wasn't
matter.
hurt. I got up immediately.
Still, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fine. Whatever.
doesn't matter. No, it's not.
But even like the mouthing off and stuff, like I mean, Jeremy knows me. I'm a pretty passive guy. But like I don't know. So I grew up playing hockey in the South. We didn't have a ton of, there were no girls teams. So there was occasionally like a co-ed team we played that had one or two girls on it. So it was always like from my view of things growing up, it was a unique thing. And so I always thought it was really cool. I was like, oh, this is great. Like a girl that plays hockey, this is phenomenal. And so we have, I think, four ladies that play in our men's league at varying levels. And I know for a fact, for at least two, three, all four of them, there have been guys on their teams that have flat out said, like, hey, if anyone does anything stupid to you, like one of them, her husband plays in the league too. He plays on a separate team. That's how they want to play. And so he came on the podcast and told us he was totally fine with her playing on the other team because he met a couple of the guys and they're like, if anybody touches Lindsay, we're going to kill him. So don't worry about it. And so I could not imagine, and I'm not trying to dog your team by any stretch.
Yeah.
I am.
I'm just saying, I could not imagine. So we have a girl, Allie, that plays in our top division, and she plays on a different team than us. But one of my guys actually came across the ice. He doesn't need to be in that division. He came across the ice when we were playing with them and just like flattened her at the blue line. And our team was like, yo, what are you doing? Why would you do that? He's like, oh, I lost an edge. It was an accident. And I mean, like, we were mad that he did that because same thing. She's probably similar build to you. She's 5'5". She's not a big person. She's plenty fast out there. She holds her own, but like, she's not built to get run into by a 210-pound guy. Like, it's just not going to work well.
And like, here's the reality of it. Hockey is a physical sport, but this is men's league. It's no checking period of your sexual orientation. Whether I was a male or female, you should not have checked me. Like, it's no check league. There's no checking here. This is not like a B level or A level men's league where there's body checking involved. So that's why I was super upset about it. I'm glad I didn't get hurt. I want to say about 85% of the time, the guys are great. They're super nice to be around and fun to play against. It's usually more competitive. But then you get that 15% of people or men who are just complete assholes. They're not nice to play against. The rest of that game, that guy ended up getting kicked out in a similar play where he checked someone else, but not another girl. We had another girl on our team playing. Hit somebody else, got kicked off the ice at some point. And then someone else on the team, anytime I would have the puck, would say like, oh, don't go near her. You'll get a penalty. And it's just like unnecessary comments like that really make me not enjoy playing men's league, but it's a very low percentage. I play in another league actually tonight on Tuesdays, and it's more high level. The guys are all really nice. And I know for a fact that, and I'm new to this team, but I know for a fact if I were to get rocked on a play or something, that team would not take it lightly as well. So you do have.
They were mouthing off to you.
Oh yeah,
they kept mouthing off. But it was like female specific digs was what they were. Or
that pisses me off, Cal.
I've gotten that in this league twice now. In the fall winter session, I was called, and excuse my language, a dyke, a bitch.
Oh, he's not wrong, but no, I'm kidding.
Do you get like true? So it's like
it is not. Do you get a lot of that? Because I know it. Remember, at all seasons you played on my team, and one of the guys just decked you, and you laid down there, and our team went right after him. and you just skated off. You went right into the locker room. You're like, screw this. I'm not playing
Yeah,
this
I
anymore.
mean, I tried to take the high road, the game that we just talked about. There's
Hmm.
no way I was going to take the high road there
Yeah.
because it was so
Yeah,
uncalled
absolutely
for.
not.
Yeah.
Um, but it goes back to what we just talked about. Like a majority of the time, I don't see that, and that's why I do like playing. And it's typically better hockey. There's just not a lot of women's option hockey, at least in Colorado. It's
Mhm.
pretty similar in Illinois. I'm sure it's the
Right.
same where you guys are at.
Yeah.
It just is pretty non-existent. I'm actually pretty lucky to be on like a travel team here and play tournaments and do that. Like I did not do that back in Illinois.
No, you did not. You
But
play on an all girls travel team, right?
yeah, so I'm on a co-ed or men's league team right now, and then in the fall and winter I'm on a team that's all women, and it's a
In
travel
Colorado?
in Colorado specifically. So it's unfortunate because there's not that many teams in our level, but
Hmm.
if you played through college, if you played through high school and you want to play the highest level, it's level A. There's our team and another Denver-based team, and then we travel to there's a Vail team in the mountains, there's a Breckenridge team, and there's an Aspen team. So there's only about 5 or 6 teams. And getting to the mountain towns can be difficult
Oh yeah.
and they're not very good. So it's like all this hassle to drive out there for them to get. I mean, the
Hmm.
last time we went to Aspen, which was I think March this year. I mean, it's a lot of older women as well. So we have like the youngest girl on our team is 23. So we're like playing like 40-plus-year-old women who, I mean, their time is past, and they're like playing girls that are like just out of college. It's a little different, right?
Mm.
So I don't know what our team's going to do for that. We might just stick to tournaments, but um, it's been fun to play on that. It's just a lot of
Do you
travel.
get a lot of digs by guys just because you're a girl or anything like that? More in Colorado or where you're playing now versus
I mean, I think
back in
it's all relatively the same.
it is the same.
They
See.
they assume that I like women. They assume
Mm.
like whatever.
See, you should move down to Savannah. You wouldn't get that here.
I was gonna. I mean, I don't think anybody. The only time I've heard like the comment you made about like, "Hey, don't get close to her." Like they'll make a penalty, like call a penalty, whatever. I think someone made that comment one time um, about Lindsay. I think, but I think it was half in jest. And so like we're relatively small down here too, and so in a 300 person league, like
Right.
everybody kind of like if there's two girls in our lowest division, like everybody knows who they are. Like there's
Yeah.
one girl that plays in our 40 and over division. Like everybody knows who she is. Everybody knows
Hmm.
Allie that plays in our
Yeah.
our
And,
A division. So
and it's
nobody's
kind of similar. Like the Tuesday league I'm on, I have 2 other girls on my team, so I'm not the only one as well, which is
right.
actually kind of nice. Um, it's a smaller division, so there's only 4 other teams in the summer drop-in, but none of those teams have women. So it just depends, honestly. Trying
Do
to
they
think.
get digs too? Do they get digs on or you because you're a better player?
Um,
Because you are a pretty good player. You're one of the
I mean, the
um
other 2 girls I play with are both great players. If they get digs, they probably just don't talk about it or
mhm.
dodge it off, or don't care as much. I don't know. It bothers the shit out of me, so I talk about
I
it.
can tell. Yeah.
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 Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
understandably so. That's kind of a
I'm
Right.
like, are we still? This is still the narrative. We have a women's professional hockey league. Like,
yeah.
I don't
Hmm.
understand why we're still the. I've been hearing this my whole life, so I just think it's like a broken record, and it's just like annoying at this point.
No, I completely understand. Like I'm very green to full on women's hockey. We had the husband and wife combo that I was mentioning, Lindsay and her husband Zach on, and I made some kind of comment, and she went in like straight into like women's rights stuff. I was like, no, no, Lindsay, I didn't mean it
That's
offensively.
not what
I
I
just
meant. Yeah,
I was like, I just didn't, I don't
yeah,
understand. And she was
yeah.
like, no, no, I don't. And she wasn't, she was like, no, no, I'm not. She was like, this is just what I would like to see. Like, I want to see it where women's hockey grows more. I want to see where more girls can come and play and see that it's okay and all. And so I've never been in the mindset that, like, hey, you shouldn't be allowed to do this because you're a girl, or I'm
I
going to
think
assume something about you because you're a girl playing a sport that's predominantly guys. I think it's great that girls play. Like I said, it was not a novelty, but it was something that was very rare for me to see. I love it when I see it. I want to talk to them. When we first started the league up here, we would have pickups and things, and there were like 3 or 4 girls that started showing up to pickups, and I would always try to drift over and just chat with them and figure out where they were from, where they had played, because I knew they probably weren't from around Savannah area,
Yeah.
and just talk what levels they'd played, things like that. Because I think it's great, and I think you have every right to be pissed when guys on the rink
100%.
make
Amen.
digs because you're female. I think that's bullcrap. If you can hang in the league and they're not slowing things down for you, which it doesn't sound like they're doing, so I'm not even going to accuse you of that. But if
Right.
you're playing at the pace that they're playing, I don't care what your hair
Well,
looks like, what the rest, like, screw that. That's just stupid.
and so for that specific like league, it's almost like because I am better as well. So
Yeah.
they're
No,
also, and
I
it's
kind of
like,
gathered that they were mad because you were good, and so they're going to
She's
take
really good,
extra
honestly.
digs. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's a lower level league that I was just subbing in. I was actually signed in as a different girl. That was another reason why I was trying to like keep my cool, but I just like couldn't. I was signed in as someone else. I didn't want to like get her in trouble. A whole thing, because that's actually happened on our men's
Sure.
league team with that goalie I was talking about.
Mhm.
He got into an altercation. His cousin was subbing. The cousin started the altercation and ended up getting a suspension for someone he was signed in on. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like started a full out brawl on the ice because he charged
That's
the
a
Like,
really
goalie.
sorry,
good.
Katie, I just got you a
That's
5-game
that's
suspension.
that's a
Like,
really good beer league story. You sign
Jesus.
in as a sub under someone else's name, and
Yeah.
they have to serve your suspension because
Yeah.
you act
So
like an idiot.
yeah, it was our buddy's cousin, and I've skated with him before, but I don't know. We were also losing pretty bad, and I'm like, Ryan, you could just tell during his shift. I'm like, something's gonna happen. I'm like sitting on the bench watching this, and I have the video of it on my phone still. But he goes all the way down the ice, like loses the puck at some point, and just straight up two hands the goalie, and it starts a whole out like brawl. His cousin, who's our goalie, comes all the way down from the other end and gets in the middle of it. He ends up getting suspended for like 3 games because he charged a player from behind. It was a whole fiasco. And mind you, this is at 11 o'clock at night on a Tuesday. I was like, what are we doing? This is so annoying. We are losing 8-1. Why are we in a fight right now? It was
Have you ever
so
been in a scrap?
I'm trying to think of if recently. No,
Recently?
it's always like me and one other person. Like I've had a
Mhm.
goalie two hand me in the back. And I push. I wish I had live barn with these, but that league I'm talking about, they don't. They block out the times for men's league on purpose.
No.
Actually, I guess the owner was like, I don't want to keep getting these videos sent. So he blocked him out. I can't watch him, which is annoying because I would have found the clip of what I was talking about earlier with the hug comment and all of that, but I can't find it because it's blocked. But it's usually me and one other specific person. I don't mess around with getting involved in a giant group thing. Like if I was out there for that, I would have skated away, like and left. I don't
Yeah.
want to get hurt. I'm not. It's
Yeah,
different
like
when I'm standing up for myself because of one incident with one other person, but no, I'm not getting into
yeah,
the line.
like that game that you and I played in and that guy just hit you, you just got up and left. You laid on the ice for a while, our guys went after him, and you're like, I'm leaving. I'm
Yeah,
leaving.
yeah. It's a little different when we're playing all girls team. I'm way more competitive.
I'd love to see that because you were very competitive just
There
playing on sod.
there's a team that we play that's Denver based as well, and they have a lot of good girls, but we still end up usually beating them every time.
Hmm.
This one chick would not stop checking everybody, and I lost it on her. And the next play, I should have showed it to you. I have a video of it.
Do
She has,
you?
she has the puck, and I just immediately dumped her in the
Can
corner.
you send it to me?
Right
And
now?
then, well,
No, we'll play it on another. What we'll
No.
do is he'll cut up a clip,
I'll
and
cut this clip.
he'll play you dumping. So if you go to our Instagram, and we talked about the Nashville tournament. We talked about the Canadian team that we played. They had a couple of big guys that were
Were they
absolute
physical?
jerks. They were just, they weren't physical. They were sticky. So like they slashed the crap. They hooked really bad. And so I had one guy two hand me across my wrist. It got me just above my glove, and it pissed me off.
Jesus.
And he'd been doing it the entire tournament. He'd done it to there was a like 20-year-old team that was there. They did it to a bunch of those kids because those kids were faster. They did it to us. And so I spun the guy's hips and squeezed him into the boards, and he slew footed me right after that. And so Abdu found the live barn where that happened, and you see me like stalking him up the ice. And Abdu was like, "What were you thinking?" I was like, "Well, I was going to wait for them to open the door because I knew he was leaving the rink." And right as he got through the door, I was going to give him a nice shove and send him over the bench or split him in half on the open door. I said, but I'm not an a-hole. And so I
Yeah.
just kind of was like, nah, if I do that, it's probably going to create like a bench brawl. But our buddy Pete knows the guy's a jerk, had seen the stuff all game, and caught the guy and basically threw a hip into his knee at the blue line and flattened the guy. Like, this guy's like 6'4". Pete's like
Jeez.
5 foot flat. I mean, Pete's a little taller than that, but Pete's
I'll
pretty
tag
short.
you in the
And
post.
he dumped him pretty bad. It took the guy a good 60 seconds to get up off the ice. It was
Jeez.
Yeah,
comical.
I'll tag you in the post. But if you can send me that video, I'll take a clip of what we're doing right now, and then I'll add a clip of you going after the person
Okay.
or hitting the
Yeah,
person.
you might have to like zoom in on it, but
That's
it's
fine. That's fine.
It's all good. We know how to do all the. Abdu knows how to do all that stuff. I don't worry about it. Listen to Abdu. He'll
He's
fix
the
it.
tech guy.
I'm
I
not
don't know if
that
he's the
techy.
tech
No, it's
guy.
very
He's the-
amateurish.
It's very, yeah.
It's very par for
very,
this
very,
podcast.
very, very Blair Witchy. So
Blair Witchy, I love
yeah.
that.
So
Yeah. Let's see. Any other good stories? You played with me and
I'm
Stephanie
trying to
Lemke.
think of-
You
I'm
played with
trying-
me and Lemke.
Oh
That
my
was a
God,
fun time.
I
That was a
miss
good bunch.
Lemke. Now she's
Yeah.
a mom.
She is a mom, and she's starting to finally post more pictures of their kid.
He's so cute.
He is, and he's got Stephanie's blue eyes.
I know.
Unless Hobbs has blue eyes, but I
I'm
don't
trying
really
to
stare
think,
into his eyes anymore.
trying to think of the last tournament we played and if there was any funny stories. Oh, there's like, I don't know how funny this is, but we had there's a PBR pond tournament that's super popular out here in the mountains, like sells out immediately. We actually ended up winning it this year in the women's division, and the reigning champs, you're supposed to bring back the cup every year.
Mhm.
They didn't bring it. So we won,
Those
and we're
stingy.
like super stoked. It's some team Animal Style out in like San Diego is their name.
And they
and-
kept it.
They didn't fucking bring it. Excuse me. They didn't bring it.
it's okay.
And
Don't
sorry, I know
apologize.
you don't like
No,
cussing.
you're
Oh my
it's, no, it's not. Okay,
It's fine.
hang on.
Kelly, it's fine.
I just don't. You're good.
Um,
Please don't filter. You're good.
Shit, fuck, damn. It's okay.
There you go. The guy who runs it, I was like, well, we were kind of hoping to like, take pictures with the trophy and like, I mean, this was like a hard last two games to win, and he's like, just go grab one over there because they had like several divisions.
It's not the
for
same
men.
thing.
I was like, okay, whatever. So we like ended up grabbing the PBR one with the little can on it. But I was like, come on, you're not gonna bring the trophy back. And so the thing with this tournament is as well, if you win, you get to come back for free. Like you don't pay the fee or the team fee, whatever it is, $1,200. I don't know. So we were stoked about that, but I'm like, it'd be cool if we like actually got the trophy so that, in case we don't
You can
win,
hold on to it. Yeah.
that as well, but also like we don't look like the assholes that didn't bring the trophy back. We just like never got it.
Yeah.
So
is it pond hockey rules where it's the little 2x4s, or is it playing? Are you playing posts?
no, it's two big
Yeah.
pieces of wood with the 2
Mhm.
holes on each side, and it's 3-on-3 for PBR. I've played in a couple other ones where they're 4-on-4. It just depends on the format.
Yeah, Grant asked me just yesterday to do a pond hockey tournament
Where at?
Which is the one he was wanting to do? Was he wanting to do the one?
in Wisconsin.
Is
They-
the one in
so-
Wisconsin?
It's interesting because a lot of the ones I had buddies that were going to play in ones in Wisconsin and Minnesota, they all got canceled this year because of how hot it was.
How hot it was. Yeah. Have you ever played in the what is it, Eagle Lake or Eagle
No, I
River?
know which ones you're talking about. I haven't played in either of those. I honestly didn't get into pond tournaments until I moved here, to be honest.
When
I
you
have a
first,
couple of buddies that live down here that have gone up and they did the pond stuff last year. I can't remember where they were at.
It's really fun. I mean,
it
it's
is.
a good time. You're drinking with
Oh,
your
one of them got in a fist fight in the first game
Oh,
and got tossed. from the
okay.
yeah, phenomenal.
I asked Cooch, hey Cooch, let's go do a pond hockey tournament. And he goes, are there boards? And I go, no, there's no boards. He goes, yeah, no. That sounds. He was just like, yeah, no, that sounds horrible.
So I'm
There's no
out.
boards.
I mean, you adjust to it. You're
You do.
not wearing full gear. You can, but I don't.
Right. Yeah. Pond hockey is so much fun. I love it.
They moved that one that I was talking about from Dillon, Colorado to a different town because of how warm it was as well.
Oh yeah. See, you can't predict the winners either.
I know
Yeah.
it's nuts. Which I mean, it didn't really affect us a ton, but like people who traveled for that, it was only a 2-week notice. So
Holland, could you imagine coming from this elevation to Colorado We would have
die.
to we would have to
We'd
change our
die.
training. We would have to wear an
Oh.
elevation mask.
So
die.
I actually have another great story from that. Now that you're talking about the elevation, and
I was going
stuff.
to ask you about that from Chicago
Yeah,
to Denver.
so this team we're playing in the semifinal, by far the best team in the women's division besides ourselves. We only won by 1 goal. They only had 4 people. You could have 6 people on a team, so they had 1 sub the entire game. One
Oof.
chick was so hungover and messed up from the elevation that she was in the parking lot getting an IV. Like that's
Hey,
how
we have
messed up.
Great. We just did that in Nashville.
We have IV
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
We're so old. While we were in Nashville, our buddy Grant brought a suitcase full of IV bags.
That's a smart
And
man
so-
right there.
Oh, dude! Especially the way some of these boys partied that
Holy
weekend.
cow,
I
Seymour.
saw, I saw some videos of the Barstool bar. Jesus, but like there's money on
No,
the
you didn't. No, you didn't.
10 side.
Kelly, you didn't see him.
Just
You
kidding.
didn't see.
Different time, different tournament. I don't know.
No, that was it. That was it. It
What
was
stays in Nashville? Stays in Nashville, right?
That's right. Nash Vegas. That place was wild.
My sister just went there, but she did not have quite the experience that you guys just did.
She's not the Hawk Tua girl, is she?
She sure is not. But it's so funny you said that because my sister went to Zach Bryan and the Hawk 2 girl was there.
Was there?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I saw the interview that you talked about, Abdu. It popped up on something of mine last night where she was talking about. It's crazy how rapidly bad information got out there about her.
So
being a
many people
teacher
spread
and
rumors
dad.
about her.
We were literally just talking about this, my siblings and I. I
Yeah,
thought she
but
was
like-
a teacher. I thought she lost
Nope.
her
Dad,
job.
dad
thought she
was
was
a
totally
supposedly
free.
a pastor
Yeah,
and all this
none
other
of
stuff.
that's
She
true.
said no.
None
She said
of it.
so many people. She's been really limited on putting information out, and she said. The piece of the interview that I read, she's like, my hat maker. Somebody tried to give him $600, and I was
Yeah,
like,
To spit in a cup.
Spit in a jar.
"You have?" I was like, "You
Yeah.
have a hat?" Well,
Yeah.
you guys are interested with the spit part. I was like, "Wait, you have a hat maker?" Like,
Well, she's making merch off
She's
this
making
stuff. As she
mer
should.
like coin off of it.
She should
Kelly, would
make
you
money.
$600? Would you spit in a jar?
Sure. Times are hard. Inflation's high.
I'll spit in a jar for $60. I don't
Yeah.
care. What are you
I'll
going to
take
do with my?
60.
Who?
What do you mean?
I'll spit in 60 jars if you give me $60 for each one.
Yeah,
Come
they're
on.
like $600. Spit in this.
She ended
Sure.
up being like she's 21. She's like works at a spring farm or whatever
Yeah.
that is. I don't know what that is.
Whatever. the
She's
spray- I
like-
was like, what is that?
I just
That's
watched
funny.
her interview post
Oh.
Zach Bryan concert, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what the heck? She's not. None of this stuff was even true.
No, and she seems pretty cool. Like,
My sister did say she seemed really intoxicated or like maybe just very like
well, no kid. you're
nervous or
21.
starstruck. She's like she didn't know any of the words. She just kind of looked out of it up there.
She probably got a free concert.
Yeah, I don't think she's.
100% she did.
I gathered from that interview. I don't think she's very into like pop culture stuff. So like, I don't think she knows.
She
'cause
didn't
they
know
asked
who
her.
Dave Portnoy
That's
was.
right. They asked her who Dave
Right.
Portnoy was, and she's
CEO
like,
of
I don't know.
And who's
Like-
interviewing her is the girl who works at Barstool. Is Bree.
Works at
Right,
Barstool,
right.
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Zach
that's what I'm
Bryan's
saying.
girlfriend who works at Barstool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
funny.
You've been featured on some of their podcast social media, haven't
Well, just specifically like Pink Whitney, I'm obviously obsessed with. Been
you?
obsessed
Yeah.
since it came out.
I almost bought some of that down here on vacation.
People either love it or hate it. Like my friends out here think I'm nuts, but I like it. I'm going camping next or tomorrow for the 4th of July, and I have 2 bottles of it. So
Our goalie loves it. He would drink half a bottle before he played.
that's
so-
aggressive.
It's-
To throw up.
you should come meet Kyler. He is he's an interesting dude, but he's a phenomenal goalie. I think he has to play somewhat drunk, and he's really, really good.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, all my friends know I love that stuff. I had one of my girlfriends like does wood making. Sorry, and she made me a Pink Whitney shot ski for my 30th last year. So I take that to tournaments and camping, and
The shot ski video.
it's a good time.
You don't constantly have to say your age, Kelly. We get it. You're young. We're old.
I didn't say anything. You could still take a shot ski, but you don't drink alcohol, so that would be a little silly for you now, wouldn't it?
Actually, I have a couple Pink Whitneys sitting on my
We did
table
a
over
shot.
here.
It's a little
We
nip.
did
Yeah.
we did a shot ski at Barstool, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
You have
it's
a picture. You
interesting.
have video, don't you? That Abdu?
Some of the
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I did. I got
Yeah,
roped
yeah,
in
yeah.
as the 3rd person or 4th person,
Yeah.
whatever it was. So
would you
I
do
don't
a
even know
shot
what was
ski with
in there.
juice, Jeremy, or like
I would do. You know what? So my nephew Austin Fink.
wait, did
or-
you say a shot ski of juice?
a juice or pop? I don't know.
Yeah, I would do a shot. So have
Oh,
you
him.
ever
Oh, him. I thought you were talking about me. I was like,
No, I'm on Jersey.
my bad,
have you
my
done
bad.
have you done any of the draft tournaments before? So
No,
the way you get it's like a draft and you have to chug a beer and the first person to chug it gets the first pick and everything. I didn't
I do
I
not
don't
partake. No.
I don't drink in that, but my nephew's getting married next year. I'll drink at that. I remember you and I did a shot together at my going
Yeah, I
away
was gonna
party.
say, like at very specific like events you've done it. You did
Yeah,
it at
yeah,
the going
yeah.
away party, which was
We
cool.
at the going away party was fun. I was actually going to use that one for my background, but I like this picture. But
That's
special
it.
events, I will.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
I
cut you
was
off.
really no, I don't care. I cut people off all the time.
I was
All the
just
time.
showing you the pictures in Rocky Mountain National Park, which is cool.
All right, good story. So, anyways, I was actually borderline going to do a shot with the guys in Nashville.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I was thinking about it, but the thing is, like
You have a hotel to go back to.
these guys, if they saw Abdu do a shot,
Oh,
it would have
dude.
spiraled into
It would have.
Abdu's
It would
doing
have
shots,
been.
we're doing
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. You would have been doing hard drugs before
It's
the
like
match.
a
Yes,
triple
I would have been
effect.
blasting shots to the face.
100%.
Yeah, it would have been a downhill spiral for you, and then you had to go
Yes.
play hockey the next day.
Right, and
Which
you know,
none
I
of us
don't.
did particularly well.
I don't
anyways.
drink. I still did an
Yeah.
IV bag. I didn't drink. I still did an IV
You
bag.
did. You did.
Yeah. But my bag was done. I think this like Pete was already getting his bag done. My bag was done the same time his was because my veins were just so hungry.
I've
And
never done one of those.
you haven't? Do you
No.
watch? They're really great for hangovers.
They're
Really good for
phenomenal.
just
I know you
They're a
can, like,
hangover killer.
I know you can legit hire someone to come bring those, or like you can go to
yeah.
a.
But they
Go to an IV
charge depending
parlor
on
and do those things.
yeah banana bag depending on what kind of vitamins you get. They can cost up to $200 a bag.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Probably why I haven't done one. Broke. So.
That's why you get a buddy like ours that just
Yeah,
puts
to bring
all
them
with
free,
you.
100%. In that
Do you
situation,
remember? Do you know my friend Chris, Fireman Chris? No, never mind. Well, I'll tell you off the
No.
podcast before I
Easy,
get him in
No.
trouble.
easy. Pineapple. Oh,
is that your sacred word? Pineapple. Pineapple.
Yeah, kind of.
It's-
Yes.
it's our uncomfortable word. Yeah, we're starting to
That's
tread
fine.
in some. We're treading in some deep water. We'll. Yeah. So, anyways, well, Seymour, it was really good to have you on. Those were some
Yeah,
really good
thanks for having
stories. Really appreciate
Good
it.
times, Seymour's.
Yeah, I know. I know you had to delay eating lunch for this, so I don't want to make
It's
you delay
2
too much
hours
longer.
past my lunchtime.
Oh
So
gosh,
I
it's
just
way
waited
past.
special for you guys. No worries.
No worries, no worries. So, oh man, well, really appreciate you. Good stories. I'm sure you got more. We'll definitely try to get you back on and let you share some more stories. Probably won't get you back on if you don't actually go listen to the podcast
I'll
and watch
listen.
the YouTube.
I said I
Um,
listen to your quick videos that you post, but I
All
don't
right,
sit there and
Abdi,
listen
you
to
got to
them.
post more quick videos.
There you go.
More.
How
more
about
quick
you
videos.
just? All right.
Blast-
I'll blast videos. I'll blast
more
videos.
videos.
Oh my
I'll
god.
blast videos.
You're just gonna be posting one like every hour now.
100%. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and I'm
It'll
going
be
to tag you.
little
You
10-second
know what?
clips.
You are now
You're gonna
getting
get
tagged. You're tagged
every
in every
single one.
video that we do for the next for the whole month of July. For the whole month of July, I'm tagging you in.
Why did I say anything?
Are you going to do our TikTok for us?
If you want me to make you TikToks, they're not that hard. I
Look,
can.
Holland
I
is
don't have a
40.
TikTok
I'm
account.
48. TikTok is not in our.
You guys learn how to
vernacular.
do a podcast. I'm sure you could learn how to do TikTok.
Look, it was Farthead.
Yeah, but
Farthead figured it all out.
We were passionate about that. We're not so passionate about the TikTok
Not
stuff.
passionate about the TikTok. Got it.
More
Okay.
passion, more energy, more passion, more energy.
Oh my
But you've
gosh.
definitely
Seymour,
yelled that at me before.
I have. Yeah, that was a couple.
everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. He yells it at everyone.
Well,
I've never yelled at Kelly because I'm afraid
Surprise
she'll yell at me.
She said you yelled that at her.
It was during a training session.
it was a
Um,
training
that's what I'm
session.
Uh,
Going
but
back to that.
It was a training session. She was yawning. She was yawning.
I
So
was
I'm like,
not
more
yawning.
passion, more. No, you weren't.
It's probably not going quick enough, but anyways, thanks again for having me. It was fun.
No problem,
We really
Kels.
appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.
Problem.
See ya.
Enjoy your vacation.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, talk to
See
you
you
guys
later. Yeah.
All right, bye.
Oh shoot. I was trying to click hers to remove her, and she signed
I
off
was
like
like-
super fast.
Is she
Oh,
still
man.
on, or did she bounce?
No, she bounced.
Okay.
So, oh man, that was good. Good stuff. I was supposed to be a 30-minute podcast. It's an hour-long podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk back onto the beach. My wife's gonna punch me in the nose. So, oh man, she's good. Good stories. It's good.
Yeah,
hockey.
she's good people.
We should get her to. We should get her to come down and skate with us some. If she. we'll
Well,
have
her
to
parents
get.
live in North Carolina.
You said she was coming to North Carolina, right?
Yeah, in August. So
Yep. We'll have to drag her to come play or go up. Maybe we'll go to Charleston, get her to come over to Charleston and play something.
we showing off our chest hair here.
Oh,
That
shoot.
button
Sorry,
there.
no. I'm just leaning back.
Guys,
The vacation. mode, my
54,
guy.
5440. It's going to be our new screenshot. It's our new logo.
Jeez. Oh my gosh! All right, guys. Thanks for listening again. We're gonna have another. We're gonna record a solo, and we can talk all about Nashville and some of the nonsense there. We've already talked about a little bit of it, but there's a lot more. So appreciate you guys listening. Thanks. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.